Hello there, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba.
I'm John Humphrey.
We are going to do our little reactathon, catching up on some trailers. I want to make this clear right now. We've had some, and some other channels I know of too, have had some, issues with covering Universal distributed trailers. So that's why we didn't do Ma or yesterday. We did do reactions on the Stardust app for them. I know that's not us like right there in the moment doing it, but we did have our opinions there. Speaking of which, download and follow the Stardust app. 30-second reaction reviews for any film, TV show, or trailer. Oftentimes they're micro sketches. Post daily. You can post too. Tag us in them posts. There's a lot of great people on there, but we're the best. Let's keep it at that, Holmes.
Follow us first.
So that's why, but these are not, Universal films. But we got 3 trailers here that we did not cover this week. And these are 3 that have been requested heavily. And we're going to just cover them in order of around the time periods when the movies take place. So we have The Kid, which is a Western, so that's definitely the oldest. The Highwaymen, which I hear is about something with hunting down Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay.
And then Triple Frontier, which I believe takes place in the year 3005.
Perfect.
It's a futuristic sci-fi thriller.
Long past, recent past, and the future.
If you want to just hop around, there were timestamps at the beginning of this video that you could do some hard work yourselves and just jump to that moment.
Watch the first reaction, just skip to the last review. Won't make any sense.
Let's get to it. Let's start with The Kid, which is a Vincent D'Onofrio directed flick.
I read about you in the paper.
Lies mostly. Guess it don't really matter though.
Who?
I've done enough.
Bill Billy the Kid.
Oh, you get to play Billy the Kid, Dane.
My mother to death.
Bill, you killed my brother.
Whoa! Whoa!
Ooh, everything is not awesome. Damn. I wonder if Cowboys really shot that way.
2 weeks. Don't I feel special?
This is the perfect Western trailer music.
Yeah, right.
Means you're already dead. All of a sudden, I'm enemy number 1.
There are families in this town hurt by this man's crimes.
Oh,
Oh, so he's in it too.
I'll send you, Pat. I'm fine right here. You just want Bonnie.
And come again.
Damn.
Did you think you could run from me?
That beard real?
I wondered that.
Make that one of my partialities.
Now hold on one more step. It will be your last.
Cool.
You really think I like you?
I know it is my lucky day.
Whoa.
Wonderful.
I got some nipple chills.
Whoa!
What do you think I'd do? You hurt one hair on his head. I'm taking my nephew with me. Every single one of these people's gonna tell a tale of how you ran. They know it's not true. It doesn't matter what's true. It matters the story
You tell.
when you're gone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ethan Hawke loves westerns. I just realized
Yeah,
there's like
right.
3 of the Magnificent Seven. in
Yeah,
here.
totally right. I was like, they must have really enjoyed making that movie together because they're making this one now.
Because there's Vincent and there's Chris Pratt and then there's Ethan Hawke.
And there's got to be at least 1 or 2 more like smaller characters to show up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. It seems like the movie's really about the nephew
Or something.
or whoever that little kid is or something.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
really
know.
about him or something.
Well, because it makes you have to think like, oh, this is going to be all about Billy the Kid, but then it looks like it might be also about this actual kid.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, who's kind of caught in the middle of these things.
It says the story of a young boy who witnesses Billy the Kid's encounter with Sheriff Pat Garrett.
Interesting.
So is it like those awful biopics where they, it's like, I want to see a movie about this guy, but it's about the dude who witnessed it?
It's My Weekend with Marilyn or whatever, where it's just like
Well,
about
that's a
somebody
good
who
one.
spent
I was thinking of
time-
like those Bruce Lee movies.
yeah, where the white guy takes Bruce Lee's class, and we learn all about him through this white guy.
It seems like a little more of a contained version of the assassination of Jesse James.
Oh,
little
okay.
bit.
It's a decent touchstone, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Of like, because that one's by the coward Robert Ford, and it's but it's it's focusing on Jesse James, and maybe perhaps it's actually one of those films where it's like, okay, the kid. So maybe that's the play on words because it's about the young boy, the kid, but then it's also Billy the kid.
Yeah.
But it looks like the real stars are Ethan Hawke. I mean, there's Dane DeHaan, but I feel like this trailer is really capitalizing on Ethan Hawke and Chris Pratt.
Yeah, and
He's like the bad guy in this, which is pretty cool. I mean, I never associate him as other than a beard that looks suspicious. It doesn't look like a real beard. It might be, but it doesn't look real to me.
feel like it probably is not.
It feels like a prosthetic beard. Other than that, I mean, Chris Pratt looks really compelling in the role and very different than anything else he's done. Ethan Hawke just fits so well with his genre.
Yeah, he's built to play Western characters for sure. I mean, he can walk around in kind of any time and place. So I'm excited to see him just because he was the performance in this trailer that the most just kind of bowled me over and was like, yeah, I can't wait to see that. But I don't know. I think it's cool that Dane DeHaan gets to take on this because I feel like he's had a hard time finding his niche. I feel like this could be a great role for him. And it'll be cool to see Chris Pratt play a villain with awful teeth. I love awful teeth in Westerns. So
It's always the villains, too.
yeah.
It's always the villains who forget to brush or whatever they did back then to keep their teeth clean.
Yeah, that's like saving the cat, but in the Old West. He smiles. His teeth are white. We like him.
I feel like Western trailers often have like their trailers are always cut to this kind of like rock drums type of music.
Yeah,
they're always
it's
advertised
funky.
to be as like more badass than the movies actually ever end up being.
Because there's all those quiet moments in between where people
Yeah.
contemplate life in the Old West, and
It's usually a drama, you know.
yeah, it's usually a drama with some occasional like tense shootouts or something.
Because even watching the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, when
yeah.
when that started, I was like, oh shit. So this movie actually is like
gonna
the
be
badass.
rolling, yeah. It's gonna be kind of fantastical, crazy.
I'm like, damn, that trailer's living up. And then like
no,
30
it's
minutes
just the
in.
first one.
Yeah.
It's just the first
And the second
vignette.
one, you're like, oh, it's still kind of here. And then after that, you're like, oh, never
These are
mind.
really slowing down. Just taking their time, man. Oh,
That's the experience with a lot of Westerns. Or then you get films like Magnificent Seven, which are not as cool of Westerns because they're more about the action and being cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like Vincent D'Onofrio, has he directed anything else?
I was wondering that throughout this too, because they just threw out there director Vincent D'Onofrio as if he was.
As if he, I mean, with Bradley Cooper and A Star Is Born, they kind of just threw it out that way too. Okay, so we did.
Oh, Don't Go in the Woods. I remember hearing about this.
So he has directed another film before, like
Yeah.
many years ago.
Yeah. I remember seeing the news when it was coming out. They were like, "Oh, he's a directorial debut," and I totally forgot.
Well, cool, man. I mean, I imagine he is, what's the word?
An actor's director.
Yeah, an actor's director because of the level of talent that man has as an actor.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny, he's like barely in this trailer, but the level of talent he has as an actor, I'd imagine he's great at directing the performances here. But he does look like he has a lot of style here as
thinking
well.
that.
So I think this movie could be something that's really cool.
And that's something that always excites me about westerns specifically. Is I feel like people always bring a distinct photography game to their westerns.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious to see how he handles that.
And not to mention Dane DeHaan, who
Is so sexy.
Dane DeHaan's like such a good actor who I just feel like never gets the credit he's due, man.
And he never seems to get like the exact right roles lately. It's like it seems like he gets a lot of projects that have mad potential and don't hit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what. Even in this movie, that's the Billy the Kid movie. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't really look like the main focus here. Yeah, you know?
No, I mean, like I'm
I don't
interested
know,
to see his performance, but it doesn't look like it's showcasing him as much in this trailer. It's just showing him.
I wonder why audiences haven't been so receptive to Dane DeHaan either. When I do feel like he is such a great actor, but I don't control the way people feel.
Maybe it's all that Green Goblin stuff.
Yeah, you ruined it for yourself. Andrew Garfield too. Anyway, let's move on to the next one, The Highwaymen.
Ooh.
All right, so on to The Highwaymen. This movie is directed by John Lee Hancock, who has directed a lot of true story movies.
Yeah.
And this is another one of them. The Rookie, The Alamo, The Blind Side, Saving Mr. Banks, The Founder. All gritty movies right there.
All gritty crime thrillers.
So this is I saw the description on IMDb on Netflix is for this about two officers hunting
Down Bonnie and Clyde.
yeah, which sounds like a really cool concept to me.
Yeah.
And Woody Harrelson loves playing partners and
Yeah,
stuff
man,
like
this is gonna be True Detective Bonnie and Clyde edition. Time is a flat circle. Let's do it.
Let's check this out. This is out of all of them. This is the one I'm most intrigued to check out.
How many bullets you got in you? 16, I think. Might be good to have a doctor look at you sometime. Might be good to have a doctor look at you sometime. I ain't got no bullets in me.
Whoa!
Because I was covering you.
Because I was covering you.
I heard there was prison break. It was Bonnie and Clyde.
Yep.
That's
This
cool.
has to end.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates too.
They committed dozens of armed robberies. Whoa. And several cold-blooded murders.
Ooh.
What do you plan to do about Bonnie and Clyde?
We will capture them. Write that down and underline it twice.
They do.
There's only one man who can take them down.
Eventually.
I'll come back.
Hey, you got room for one more?
Not bad. Ah, Judas Priest, get in.
Humor.
This is 1934. Gangsters, submachine guns.
Exposition.
Are you put cowboys on Bonnie and Clyde?
Texas Rangers.
Whoa!
I have seen. This is a highly coordinated operation. So much pain.
These are the trailer songs, right?
Yeah. Period piece has got to have the stomp too.
Yeah.
What the hell's the world coming to? Used to be you had to have talent to get published. Now all you gotta do is shoot people.
Whoa.
God damn.
She used to afford to turn him over so he could see what was about to happen.
Hot sweet.
This has gone far enough.
I love the mysterious element of Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
An idea.
Dude, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be so cool.
Those were the bad guys. Come to the wrong place, mister. Around here, Clyde is king. Clyde might be king, but I'm a Texas Ranger, you little shit.
Now it didn't see me.
That's the fucking trailer music. Oh, the theatrical engagements. That's a movie I would watch in the theater.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I will
yeah.
go watch this in the theaters. Yeah.
It's funny. It seems like these two trailers have had a theme of the kind of Western. I mean, this one has a Western-esque style about it, and it's also about these like famous figures,
Famous
but not
outlaws.
focused on
Yeah.
those famous outlaws, like people
Yeah.
trying to deal with those famous outlaws and like the situations
Yeah.
around them. But yeah, like you pointed out, I think it's really cool the way they're really, at least in this trailer, treating Bonnie and Clyde with an air of mystery. You're not getting too close to them.
You're
or-
not doing like the Michael Mann thing of where you're like jumping in on both protagonists and antagonists. You're like, man, but the outlaws are so much cooler.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
Like you're here with the guys who are hunting them down,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, all right, they're the badasses too.
Yeah, man.
And there's something that I find kind of intriguing about like they're older. What are they like? Former? They seem like they were retired and then they're pulled back into this
Or something,
That-
yeah.
or something.
I was gonna say this whole time. Something to say. Well, because he hasn't seen the movie.
Yeah.
It could be something else. I don't know.
So it seems like they're pulled back into this, and I like that idea of like they're older dudes, and Kevin Costner, a lot of times with these roles, you feel like you get guys who are like more in shape or some shit like that. But Kevin Costner's like pretty overweight here.
Yeah.
But he's embodying, and he kind of has this this presence with his body language here.
He's got this hard boiled, and he's good at, I don't
Yeah.
know, you feel the history on him. You feel like he's been doing this a long time, and he's kind of burnt out by it, but he's still going to do it.
And you feel the toughness of Woody Harrelson here, but it's interesting to me how, in True Detective, Woody Harrelson isn't as tough as if you're just gonna look at that one quality, the tough part. Yeah. It doesn't look like Woody Harrelson is as tough as Kevin Costner, but he's still strong here,
Yeah.
But he always is playing the supporting part of it, which is kind of a bummer. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But hey, I mean, there's something to be said for a great support, although it would be nice to see him play the lead. Maybe when that Carnage movie finally comes out.
Well, I think this movie, I think Kevin Costner's perfect for it because Kevin Costner, this genre he seems to be like best in is something of a Western, and this isn't a Western, but there is sort of its Western vibes to it.
And I think he does good in period stuff in general, just like period
yeah.
pieces.
And I do like the idea of not really seeing a lot of Bonnie and Clyde, but primarily through because we've gotten like the Bonnie and Clyde movie, we even had the Emil Hirsch one now, and there's been so many documentaries about them. The Bonnie and Clyde are so covered, and this is actually a cool way to cover the story from the perspective of the people hunting them down. And the production design behind this all looks cool, and the violence looks awesome. This looks like a really badass movie,
Yeah, and one that's probably going to at least incorporate some of the historical context. Because, too, you got the things with the newspapers and the people marching through the streets, and so the idea of what Bonnie and Clyde's presence is doing to the people in society.
Yeah, because they were, this is Bonnie and Clyde were around that time of people like, John Dillinger and stuff, where outlaws were awesome, and where these guys are not so awesome in the public eye. So it's like they even had that one thing, I think it was on a water tower, where they're like, go Bonnie
and Clyde, yeah.
And that element where they're kind of the underdogs. This is really intriguing to me, and it's so smart not to feature Bonnie and Clyde a lot, because I feel like as an audience member you would be like, can we just check back in with them?
Yeah. Man, it makes a lot of sense to restrict it to the POV of like the people hunting them, like. In a way, like compared to the last trailer where the device with the kid could feel like a bit of a ringer or something, and this I feel like it off the bat makes a lot of sense. I'm like, oh, cool, because that'll draw attention, and mystery, and you're going to want to see them draw near to Bonnie and Clyde and all that.
This feels more like what I wanted Public Enemies to be.
Yeah, exactly. 200%. Just throw in some DV cams and you're good.
But yeah, this looks like a badass time, dude. Yeah. And it's kind of funny looking at his more recent films.
From the director of The Blind Side. Inspirational sports film.
Because I'm looking at The Alamo, which is the last movie he did that had any kind of like action in it, which is in 2004.
You should have seen the Grease Trap Fryer fight in The Founders. It's like so much blood.
Or when the author of Mary Poppins and Walt Disney throw fisticuffs at each other and saving Mr.
ripe
Banks.
old Donnybrook in that movie.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, this was the trailer I was most looking forward to, and it did not let me down. Yeah. All right, one more to go, which I imagine will probably be the best of them all. Hopefully. Triple Frontier. All right, Triple Frontier. I did see the trailer for this for the first one on just my own time, and it looked pretty cool. Has some of my favorite white people in the world. Ben Affleck, Charlie Hunnam, and Garrett Hedlund. Who I feel like Charlie Hunnam and Garrett Hedlund I kind of confused sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit.
But then you also get a badass cat. You got Pedro Pascal in here, Oscar Isaac, who worked with J.C. Chandler, the director of this, in The Most Violent Year. And apparently this director, J.C. Chandler, according to Rotten Tomatoes, has never made a bad movie. Yeah,
like, 3 for 3 and counting.
So I'm pretty excited to check this movie out. This seems like the kind of movie that should probably get a limited release too in the theaters.
You would think,
just because of the caliber of the cast and there's action in it and stuff,
Yeah, you also lied to me. This isn't a future war movie in the year 3000.
Wait, did you take me seriously on
Yes,
that?
I had no idea what to expect from this show.
I thought you knew I was being...
No.
No, this is like the
It's like
special
Triple
forces.
Frontier. This has nothing to do.
It's like special forces in South America or something. Yeah.
In the year 3000.
Let's do it. I thought you knew I was just being sarcastic.
Now I do. It's okay. This made this video a lot more fun for me.
This is just shouldn't have told you that. I should have said you being like, wait, where's that hook Greg talked about?
This is the year 3000?
I have never had a feeling as pure or proud as completing a mission.
It's definitely Charlie Hunnam talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything we've done for the last 17 years,
Trying to make a difference.
and we never took a dime.
You will now.
5 times for your country, and you can't even afford to send your kids to college. I got a job for you. I'm retired. Fish?
And a little bloated.
Just
gotta read.
This can change you and that baby's life forever. We finally get to use our skills for our own benefit. All right. Let's do it.
Look at all these dudes. It's like an awesome cast. It really is.
Head of one of the biggest drug cartels.
Oh,
I
damn.
got estimates he's got over $75 million in cash.
If you're not gone through, after you make your move, you're dead.
You cannot go back to your normal life after tonight. You guys need to own the fact what we're about to do is criminal.
Nice. Nice.
Damn.
Oh, dude.
What?
Throw that in there,
Whoa.
sure. Why not?
Jesus Christ.
That is a lot of money.
We should take some.
The guards, they're back. We gotta go. All right, we can each take a backpack of cash and we're gone. No, there's about $100 million waiting in the van out there. We're not leaving them any of this money. What's the alternative here? We need to hunt quickly. That's not what I signed up for. Time's up. Move. Move!
Oh, god damn!
There's a six up back there, man. We don't leave messes like that.
It wasn't just Rodney's money. A lot more people are gonna come after you.
You lied to us. They got every town covered. So we go through them.
How is this not in the theaters?
I don't know.
It's too late to walk away.
Ooh.
Oh. Damn.
Okay, this is gonna be a
Select
select
theaters.
theaters. All right, yeah. So like, Jesus, look at that movie.
This is going to be the new norm for them. I think that we're not going to put these movies that clearly need to be
mean-
seen on a big screen on the big screen thing is not going to.
I mean,
to last.
as part of the streaming wars, especially when you're trying to stay in the game here. Like I've heard some predictions that Netflix, out of the streaming wars, might actually suffer the most because they're already in debt and they already throw out so much money.
And with everybody coming up with their own streaming service, a lot of stuff's going to leave.
So
you
what
know?
they're trying to do is appeal to prestige in a lot of different ways. Like this isn't like prestige Oscar kind of territory. This movie.
But it is a theater
But it is a theater. Yeah, I'm like looking at this like this should be a terrible time to not put this in the theaters, man. This looks crazy. Yeah, I wonder because there's something about the lines of this. They're really pitching this as like an action movie, which it looks like it is. It's an action movie. I just feel like with this kind of cast though, I would want a little bit more than just an action movie.
Yeah.
It's like it looks like you get a lot of the times where our macho men are emotionally intense, and I like situational moments like that in action movies where they are being really affected by the tension and the danger of the situation they're in. But I mean, come on, man, you got like some of the coolest dudes in this movie.
Yeah. Who can kick asses, but can also act their asses off and do
at least like 3 of them I know they can do. Yeah.
But which three?
Pedro Pascal, Ben Affleck, and Oscar Isaac. Yeah.
Hey,
Who's Pedro Pascal's barely in this trailer.
I know, and I wonder if maybe that means something. But yeah, I guess I hope that this trailer is maybe masking the amount of perhaps dialogue that there is.
Yeah, because the dialogue is very action movie dialogue.
Yeah, and the thing I had a gripe about with this trailer is just that, and again, I'm sure the whole movie is more complex than this, but it started to feel like, okay, so after a while, the stakes are just going to be like, this is not going according to plan, and there are a lot of people coming to kill us. What do we do? All right, well, we just go through them. Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, I feel like it could be very effective at that, though. I think that it seems like a very simple plot, which is cool. And that's fine. And I think it can be effective. But right now, other than the fact of how I love this cast. This director has yet to make a bad movie. Mm-hmm. I am here going, what about this is actually, really unique?
Yeah, what did you get all of these guys here for?
Yeah, what made all of these guys sign up? What is so distinct about this action movie?
Yeah,
exactly.
What makes this more than like an Expendables, but with more prestigious actors?
Yeah,
or actors more prestigious for acting.
Because for something like this, my expectations would be a little bit higher in terms of I want this to be more than just a solid action movie.
Yeah, no, totally, for sure.
Like there has to be like either the most gripping emotional intensity ever, or oh shit, they did not advertise the kind of action that you really get in the in the movie. Because I felt like that way with kind of feel like that way with most of the John Wick trailers. Is you watch those trailers and you're like, man, they don't really truly represent the kind of action that goes down in those movies.
They hint at it maybe, but to see a prolonged sequence of it is a whole other story. Yeah,
and maybe that's a similar case here, because right now it looks like a pretty generic, by the numbers, action movie.
Yeah. This looks like the kind of thing that, and funny enough, it's like if this had been like an Eco Wise movie, I feel like it would just naturally have some emotional stuff in it because they usually put those kinds of intense stories in. But if I just wanted this to be an action extravaganza, I would want just a cast that's more oriented toward action specifically, that's not going to make me go, can't wait for these guys to talk to each other.
Yeah. Well, I think Iko Uwais, like that movie The Night Comes For Us, is a great example of that was a Netflix produced movie, Netflix distributed movie, and you watch a trailer for that, and it does not give you anywhere near of how fucking insane that movie is. And I'm kind of hoping for a similar thing here, where I watch it, I'm like, that movie was nuts. And
I believe this could do that because at least the brief moments of actual personal violence are very stark. Like when they're coming down the stairs, when they finally
that feels
resolve.
Very tense.
When he shoots that one guy coming in, I was taken aback by that. And I like the setting too. I mean, when they're in the foliage, they're out in the jungle area and stuff like that, and it's all dark and misty. It looks like it's got some pretty cool, setting aesthetic.
All right, well, cool, man. 3 trailers here.
3 trailers, all action oriented in their own way.
All very masculine oriented.
Very masculine trailers.
These are very testosterone fueled.
Very dusty. Bruisey. Testosterone filled. Yeah.
Triple Frontier fits the least in with them, but it still fits.
Yeah,
it's the modern day crime outlaw one. They're all outlaws. They're all outlaws.
Still works.
We found out we didn't realize it, but they're
embracing their life.
They all link in a way, They all do link. All right. Well, which one of these 3 are you guys most excited to check out? Comment below and let us know why. And before we wrap this up, I want to give a Patron of the Day shout out to the man who I talk so much about movies with on an extensive length, our Scottish friend from Scotland, the Scot, Daniel Gallagher. This man right here, he is the best representation of all these movies that we watch trailers for.
So masculine.
I see him, he is like that masculine kid, like Billy the Kid, where you're
totally.
like, oh man, he's got that boyish charm, but he's a man at the same time.
You're going to break a lot of hearts and a lot of kneecaps in equal measure.
And you're going to find a woman just as badass as you, where you're going to go on the run like Bonnie and freaking Clyde.
Yeah, man.
and then she's gonna die. So you're gonna join a group of
like
equally badass
Yeah.
Scottish people like Gerard Butler.
Oh yeah.
Sean Connery.
Connery.
James McAvoy.
Craig Ferguson's
Craig
badass.
Craig Ferguson is the most
badass
out of all of them. Is Pierce Brosnan's Irish?
He's Irish, yeah.
He's Irish.
There's gotta be more Scottish actors in America.
No, he encompasses 3.
Yeah.
So
3 trailers, 3 actors.
I'm saying our boy Daniel encompasses 3. Danny Boyle.
Danny Boy.
He's Danny Boyle.
That's Irish.
Damn it.
I think Danny Boyle is British.
Fuck him. All right. So I'm gonna say right here that Daniel, I would love you so much, and I hope that one day you and I will be able to make a boy band together. None of this macho shit. Let's form a boy group because we need to bring those back. I grew up on that kind of thing, and I feel like they're only in Korea now.
Yeah.
So let's bring it to Scotland,
Yeah,
where we can really thrive.
Let's get 5 dudes singing to one girl in Scotland.
I can't wait for that day.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Subscribe to the Reject Nation. Click that notification bell and check us on the Stardust app. Yay!